Well, I'm very new here. I arrived here on the 12th of January this year, so I've just celebrated my 4-month anniversary. I've been a priest since 1997. Prior to this, I was living in the parish of St Bede's, North Balwyn, but studying for my PhD. And my first experience as a priest, after I was ordained in 97, was in the parishes of Maidstone and Braybrook, just down the road. So in a funny sort of way, I've sort of gone out and come back to an area that I know and am very familiar with.
I've been employed as a pastoral associate since 1999, but I've lived in the parish for over 50 years. I coordinate sacrament programs and baptism preparations, work with the liturgy, well, probably just about everything really.
Well, as a priest, as a person of faith, community is the people gathered around a faith community, a Catholic church, a Catholic parish, a Christian parish, celebrating our belief and our faith in God and our service of those in need. So to me, community means people who gather around the parish community, gather in prayer, gather to celebrate the sacraments, gather to nourish their spiritual lives, not just for their sake, but for the sake of others, and in our tradition, proclaiming the good news of Jesus Christ to those around us.
Community, that we're all united, well, common union, you know, like we're all working together and with one vision and a mission, and in the Christian community, well, we all love and care for each other, yeah.
Well, in many ways, it's a very historic parish. In fact, you're interviewing me a couple of days before we celebrate St Brendan's Day, which is our parish feast, and in fact this year we celebrate 120 years of existence as a parish. So in terms of the local area, it's a very historic parish. It's a very historic building. So it fits into the historic streetscape of the whole area. But it's also a community because a lot of people have made this their home. They've been here for many generations. It's also been a focal point for a number of migrants from overseas who came to the area, say immediately after the Second World War. A lot of Italian, Maltese people moved into North Melbourne, West Melbourne, and then moved out progressively to Kensington, Flemington, Moonee Ponds, Essendon, Ascot Vale. In recent years, we've had a number of arrivals from Vietnam, Vietnamese refugees. They've made this area their home. Reasonably sizable community of East Timorese people as well. African people, mainly Sudanese in recent times. And also the parish hosts the Coptic community, Catholic Egyptians that for about 20 years have made St Brendan's their home as well. So it's a very diverse community of people who, who call St Brendan's home and identify very strongly with this local area.
Geography is not as strict as it used to be. Nowadays you'll find that some churches' mass times may be better for parishioners outside than their own parish, yeah.
Generally, or traditionally, most Christian parishes revolved around the local church, and generally most people lived, worked, grew up, went to school in that local community. I think these days, because we're much more transient and much more mobile, that has both an advantage and a disadvantage. The advantage is that you can get people coming from far away who say, although I live 3 suburbs away, that's my parish, I've connected there, I belong there, I support it, I'm committed to it, fine. The other problem is because we live in a highly mobile society, people don't stay as long as they used to. People used to put down roots, they'd establish their family, they'd put the kids through school, they'd get to know the local members of the community, the kids would play in the street together, parents would be on the school committee, fundraising, etc. We have much higher mobility rates these days, so it's a bit harder to physically to keep people here, but also to keep people connected to each other. So that's a big challenge, I think, for all community groups, but in particular for Catholic and Christian parishes in this day and age.